Hi there, and thanks for joining us. I'm Alexis Rogers. Right now, we are following the latest out of Eagan after a fire at a townhouse complex forced people out of their homes early this morning. Megan Reistad talked with fire crews about what comes next.
Now, thankfully, no one was injured in this fire as the entire complex had to be evacuated. Fire crews say this fire started on the upper level of the Forest Ridge complex. Now, some people have since been allowed to go back in and gather their belongings, and fire crews say they have connected with Red Cross to figure out how to best support the families here.
We have reached out to the Red Cross, who is out here to help some of the families that will be displaced. So I would say the Red Cross would be a great resource, to support.
Crews are still working right now to figure out how this fire started and the extent of just how much damage is here. In Eagan, Megan Reistad, KARE 11 News.
Another story that's developing overseas today, where at least one person is dead following a U.S. military aircraft crash near Japan. The U.S. Air Force says 6 people were on board a V-22 Osprey when it went down off of the coast of Yakushima Island. The Japanese Coast Guard sent a patrol boat and aircraft to the area. We still don't know what caused that crash. Today is the last planned day of the ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, but talks for an extension are underway. NBC's Ralph Sanchez tells us what that could mean for hostages and prisoners.
With just hours to go before the end of the ceasefire, the race is on to see if this truce can be extended further. What was originally 4 days of quiet, extended by another 2. The question now, is there a deal to be reached with Qatari mediation to extend it further under those same terms? 1 additional day of ceasefire in exchange for 10 additional hostages. We saw 10 more Israeli hostages coming out of Gaza yesterday, as well as 2 citizens of Thailand. It was 9 women, 1 female teenager who emerged yesterday. Most of them were elderly women, and several of them left male relatives behind in Gaza, husbands or brothers. So these were families that were separated. We are expecting 10 more hostages to emerge today, also women and children. But Hamas is saying that it is going to release several male Russian Israelis. Now, the only men who we have seen emerge from Gaza with Israeli citizenship have also been Russian nationals, and Hamas says that is a gesture of goodwill to Vladimir Putin. The director of the CIA was in Qatar alongside his Israeli counterpart, the director of Mossad, yesterday, trying to see if this deal can be extended. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is due back in the region this week, and the hope is this pause can continue, allowing more hostages to come out of Gaza and more humanitarian aid to get in. Ralph Sanchez, NBC News, Tel Aviv.
Today, former First Lady Rosalynn Carter will be laid to rest. At a public service yesterday, we saw tributes from her sons Jack and Jeff, as well as a reading from her 3 great-grandchildren. Former President Jimmy Carter was also able to attend, joined by President Joe Biden and every living First Lady. Today's events are private. We're taking a live look now at a sunny Minneapolis this afternoon, and it's helping to warm up our temperatures, which, Ben, my friend, we needed a nice break from some of that chillier weather that we saw earlier this week.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of really frosty days. So it is nice to know that the sun still has a little power to it, and we are going to see a good amount of sunshine as we wrap up the month of November and head into the first few days of December. We already made it to 41 degrees. First time we've seen temperatures this warm in a week. You can see closing in on 50 for parts of southwestern Minnesota. Warmer temperatures, and it looks like these temps will peak today before slowly falling as we head deeper into the work week. Here's our radar satellite composite showing a mostly clear sky. And again, you can expect a good amount of sunshine over the next couple of days. It doesn't look like any real solid chance for rain or snow until we get into the upcoming weekend. A lot of sunshine, temperatures peaking about mid-afternoon before we cool off tonight. We'll talk about how long these 40s will stick around and more on that potential for some light snowfall headed our way this upcoming weekend, Alexis. That's in a few minutes.
I mean, December is right around the corner.
It is, sure.
Ben, thank you. Cup Foods and other businesses in George Floyd Square are suing Minneapolis and Mayor Frey. They say they've lost out on business since the city put up a concrete barrier and failed to control crime in the area. The lawsuit claims that's kept customers from shopping in the area for more than a year. Business owners are seeking $1.5 million in damages. Mayor Fry says the city did everything possible to open the streets safely and did so in a planned way. Well, when it comes to reading scores, we're seeing progress in the Twin Cities. It's a welcome change after the pandemic. Here's the recent scores out of St. Paul.
I'm Kaya Edwards. Nationally, only about a third of fourth graders are proficient in reading, and that includes Minnesota. But here in capital city St. Paul, the public school district has been using American Rescue Plan funds to certify its teachers in scientifically based reading methods. And the superintendent says it's working. Now, through a new program, SPPS Reads, the district is inviting community partners and families to get involved in improving literacy as well. Already, Amazon has provided free educational materials to St. Paul's teachers.
The Vikings have this week off, but fans are already looking forward to their next game day. That's because the team has officially activated Justin Jefferson off of injured reserve. His hamstring injury sidelined him 7 games, but he's expected back on the field on December 10th when the Vikes take on the Raiders in Vegas. A lot of us are looking for ways to give back during the holiday season, and one organization is making sure your help stays in the area. Still ahead, we're talking with the founder of Be the Change MN about how you can make the season special for Minneapolis kids and teens. Plus, some possible changes in the works for the next year's Holidazzle, what it could look like after a hiatus.